Today, we'll be going through another service layer in Maschain ecosystem, which is Audit Trail service. Audit Trail service serves as a general purpose service for you to store any data that you want in the blockchain network. So it can be anything based on your use case and your system. It can be like a supply chain tracking data. It can be a system log, or it can be any data that you wish to push to the blockchain. And the data format that you can push, it can be a string, it can be a formatted text, it can be in JSON format, or it can be in a hash or encrypted format. As long as in the text view, within the text limit, you are able to push it directly to us through the Audit Trail service. Yeah, so there are two main steps in this integration. So first is you need to come to our enterprise portal. You can see the list of services here. You can choose the Audit Trail service. And from here, if you haven't subscribed, you need to subscribe first. If not, after you subscribe, it will redirect you to this Audit Trail Management Service dashboard. Yeah. So from here, you can see all the smart contract that you created before. If you haven't created one, you can just create one and enter the contract name. Yeah. So from here, another options that you can choose is whether your data will be encrypted before push to blockchain. So we give you the options. For example, there are multiple approaches that you can use. You can encrypt us. You can encrypt first at your end before pass to us, or you can choose the encrypt data to be yes here. Then we will encrypt your data before push to the blockchain, or you can directly choose no, where we can directly push the data that you push to us into the blockchain directly. So the options available are based on your specific use case as well. For example, if you are pushing a data that you want to be increase more transparency to your user, you can choose the no encrypt data options, so that once that is pushed to the blockchain network, and when we launch Advanced Block Explorer, you're able to view the text before encrypted at the Block Explorer itself, to prove that the data in Block Explorer is the same as your system, to prove that it's immutable. Yeah. So for example, I can create a new contract. So once I created, we will directly compile all the codes and deploy to the blockchain network itself. But since that the blockchain transactions may take some time, so it will be in pending status first. But after some time, once you refresh it and the transaction is already confirmed, then we will show you the smart contract address. You can copy it directly from here, or you can view the details of the contracts. Okay, so this would be the create contract part. The second part would be on the API integrations. So for the API integrations, you can go to our regular documentation page. So you can click the services and Audit Trail. So for the Audit Trail service, we have three main modules: Audit Trail, Audit Category, and Audit Tags. So the most important will be the Audit Trail. So from the Audit Trail, you can see on the right side, there's an outline of all the endpoints available. So we follow the conventional CRUD standard, where you have all the normal create, list, update, and delete endpoints. Yeah, first will be a get Audit Trail list. From here, you can get the list of all the Audit Trail that you have created before, and you can further categorize it based on the category and tag. So these are the two other modules in this service, which we'll go through later. Yeah, so this will be the get list page, and you have some filter options here. And this will be the data and results that will return you in the list. Besides the list, we also have the get detail endpoint, where you can get the details of specific transaction hash. And this will be the create Audit Trail endpoint here. Yeah, so on the create endpoint, which is the one that you call when you want to push new data to the blockchain. So this wallet address will be the wallet address of the contract owner, contract address, which is the one that you created from the portal, the metadata, the callback URL, category ID, tag ID, and file. So for the callback URL, how it works is, for example, once you call this endpoint to create a new Audit Trail, you will create a blockchain transactions, but the blockchain transaction may take some time to wait for the confirm. So let's say if you pass us this callback URL, we will directly return you the transaction hash once the transaction is created, but it will be in pending status. But once that is in confirmed status, we will then call another time to this endpoint to notify you that the transaction is completed. Okay, so this is how the callback URL works, and it will work the same approach for all our endpoint as well. Okay, for this metadata parameter, you will be entering all the text, all the strings, or all the JSON file that you wish to push to blockchain. Okay, so this will be the audit trail. So this will be get transaction list, and this will be updating it. For updating, you are able to update the category and tag of the transaction of the audit trail that you created, but the meta itself is not able to update because that is on-chain data. Okay, so next we'll be moving on to the other two modules, which is category and tags. For these two modules are an optional module that you can choose to or choose not to integrate based on your use case. It's purely just to further categorize and tag an audit trail for you to be able to filter it easily in future. Yeah, so for both of the modules, you have a similar structures of endpoint where you have the conventional CRUD endpoint. For example, you got the list endpoint, you got the get details endpoint, create endpoint, update endpoint, and also delete endpoint. And you have additional activate and deactivate endpoint. Yeah, so that would be all for the audit trail service.